Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Get Ready With Me here on my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, this Get Ready With Me is going to be centered around this palette right here, which is the Blood Money eyeshadow palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I feel like with these Get Ready With Me's when I'm using Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, I always sound like a broken record because I always say how excited I am about using this palette and how gorgeous it is, but this palette is really gorgeous. Obviously, it's centered around a bunch of different shades of green, and there's some like brown gold mixed in there as well. Like, I don't know why, the whole aesthetic of this palette is just gorgeous, and I'm so excited to use it. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the eyes first, and then we will work on the rest of the face. So let's just go ahead and get started. If you would like to see this Get Ready With Me, the look that I create using the Blood Money eyeshadow palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, then just keep on watching. So of course I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. eyelid or eyeshadow primer all over my lids, going all the way up to my brow bone. And the first eyeshadow that we are going to dip into is this more matte tan shade in the name Private Island. And of course we are going to apply this color into our crease. Next, I'm going to start working on the lids of my eyes. So the first color I'm going to be applying onto my lids is this almost like a grayish undertoned pukey green color. I feel like it doesn't really look like it on camera, but it is a little bit more muted and has like a grayish undertone when seeing it in person. But anyways, this color is in the name Make It Rain, and I'm just going to start by packing this color all over the lids. And then to make sure everything is blending, I'm going to go back in with a little bit of Private Island, and then we are going to work on building up our outer corner. So the first color that I'm going to apply in my outer corner is this almost like jungle green matte color in the name Crocodile Tears. And again, going back in with the two previous colors that we have already used, making sure the pigmentation is staying there and everything is blending, there's no harsh lines, anything like that. So if you see different brushes in this process, that's all that I'm doing. And right here, I'm actually just taking a little bit of the crocodile tears and packing that into the inner corners of my eye. I decided I kind of wanted to try making my inner and outer corners a little bit darker and then adding like a pop of shimmer in the middle lids of my eye. Whenever I try to do this, I feel like it never works out, so I'm just crossing my fingers that it's gonna work. And to darken that outer corner even more, I'm going to go in with this shimmery dark gray color in the name Secret Stash. And I'm also just going to be applying a tiny bit of Secret Stash into the inner corners of our eyes as well. And now for that pop of shimmer in the middle lids of our eye, I'm going to go in with this almost like lighter neon shimmery green color in the name Poison Ivy. And I'm just going to take some of that color onto just a basic eyeshadow brush and just start packing it just in the middle part of our lids. first I went with this color just dry, and then I decided I wanted to try and wet it with my setting spray to see if that would make it pop even more. I feel like either way, if you use it wet or dry, it is a pigmented and a really pretty color. So I guess it's just kind of up to your own personal preference. I feel like whenever I try to wet my brush before applying a shimmery eyeshadow shade, I feel like it never really makes that big of a difference. So I don't know, I feel kind of indifferent about it. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like it's gonna look good either way if you wet your eyeshadow brush or if you don't. So it's totally up to you, whatever your preference is when applying shimmery shades. Alright, so the top part of our eyes is complete, so let's go ahead and move on to doing our face makeup before we move on to our lower lash line. So of course, I'm going to prime my face with my Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer. And then I'm going to go in with my first concealer, which is this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. And for my foundation, you guys know the drill. I'm going to be using my CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. And to cover up those dark circles even more, I'm going to go in with this CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Concealer. And then I'm going to set all of those foundations and concealers in with these two powders. First, I'm going to go in with the Revlon Stay Matte Long Lasting Press Powder, I'm pretty sure. I'm kind of winging this voiceover. I don't have any of my makeup products in front of me, so hopefully I'm saying these names correctly. But anyways, I'm going to go in with this Revlon powder just underneath my eyes, and then all over my face, I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powder. And now for eyebrows, first I'm going to go in with this like pomade gel product from CoverGirl, and then once my brows are completely filled in, I'm just going to go back in with that Revlon powder that we used underneath our eyes, and I'm just going to apply a little bit over my brows just to kind of set that gel product in place. And then I'm going to set my brows even more with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter Gel. now let's work on the rest of the eye. So first, I'm going to go in with an eyeshadow color just to line underneath my lash line. So the color I'm going to go in with is this color in the name Jaded. I feel like this is another like muted grayish undertone green, similar to Make It Rain, but it's also more on the darker side. So I'm just going to take this color on a very skinny eyeshadow brush and just line my lower lash line. And then to blend that color out, I'm going to go in with this almost like tannish undertone green shade in the name Self Made. So for this Get Ready With Me, since this is my first time using this palette, I really wanted to try and use as many colors as I could, and I was so drawn to this sparkly gold color in the name Money High. So that's the color I decided to use as my inner corner highlight, and I absolutely love how it looks. And then for a brow bone highlight, I decided to go in with this shimmery white color that also has some green shimmers in there as well. It's so pretty, especially when you look at it up close. And this color is in the name Divine Intervention. And now to bring this whole eye look together with some eyeliner and mascara, the eyeliner I'm going to be using in my waterline is this CoverGirl black eyeliner. And then, of course, the mascara I'm going to be using is this one from L'Oreal. Now let's go back to our face and finish everything up with bronzing, blush, and highlighter. So, of course, the bronzing palette that I'm going to be using is this one from e.l.f. I'm going to be using these colors right here and just bronzing up my cheeks and around my hairline. And for blush, I'm going to go in this blush quad from BH Cosmetics. This is their Vanilla Peach Truffle palette, and I'm going to be using this blush color right here and just putting that on the apples of my cheeks. And for a highlight, I really wanted to tie in a highlighter with the color that I put in the inner corners of our eyes, so I decided to go with this gold highlighter in this Peppermint Frost palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I believe the name is in Igloo Gold, and I'm just going to be applying that, of course, in all of the regular places that I like to highlight. And then I decided that I wanted to add a little bit more to highlighter on my face. And then I thought of this Supreme Frost highlighter that I have from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This Supreme Frost highlighter is in the name Candy Apple, and as you can see, it is a deep green shimmery highlighter. I have used this highlighter once before in the past, and it was a complete disaster. This highlighter is so incredibly pigmented. Not only is a highlighter, but the green color in this highlighter is super pigmented, and the last time I used this, it completely ruined my face makeup because I literally just had a line of dark green going down my cheeks. Like, it was a disaster. But since this Get Ready With Me is centered around the Blood Money palette, it's very green, I decided I wanted to try and use this highlighter again, just using my fan brush to see if that would tone down the green color a little bit, and it definitely did. I love how it just kind of added a very subtle green shimmer to my highlighter, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. And last but not least, for my lips, I have a few products for my lips. So of course I'm going to go in first with my waterproof lip liner in the shade Earth from BH Cosmetics. I'm going to line my lips and fill them in with this lip liner before going in with this BH Cosmetics liquid lipstick. This is one of their BH liquid lipsticks, and this particular one is in the shade Samantha. Definitely one of my favorite liquid lipstick shades from BH Cosmetics. I just love how it's like a muted pinkish nude color. Like, it's just such a pretty color. And then just to add a little bit more shine and plump to my lips, I decided to go in with the gloss from the Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star collaboration. And this particular lip gloss, it's just a clear basic lip gloss, and this is in the name Shane Glossin'. And then I almost forgot, I always, like, when I see the lips, I'm like, oh, we're done. But I always forget, we gotta set all of this in place, duh. So I'm gonna go in with my CoverGirl setting spray, and then now this look is complete. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Definitely, I feel like, again, I'm a broken record, and I say this for every Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, but this is definitely one of my favorites. I tried to use as many eyeshadows as I could from this palette to get like a solid, not necessarily review for you guys, but just really just to try it out for myself. And I love every single eyeshadow that I have used for this look. I feel like it turned out so pretty. Like, I love this palette. So yeah, once again, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna get going for now, but I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.